go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. Through the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, on the highway, and in the driveway. Isn't that strange? Cause I'm grind through the climb, I ain't right pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, is belief. They'll see the negativity, but I just gotta right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. You got a mind, but even that could change. You can flip the gray matter like some batter in your brain. That's why I say, fake it till you make it A. And if you play that game, then you just might make a change. Rearrange all the bad to okay. Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display. On repeat in your brain till you're feeling no more pain. Never slow yourself down, you can do some more. Push past all the pain and you find a door. Open it up and finally explore everything that you thought you could never do before. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 still go, 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 slow it, still go, go, slow hope, still go, I know it's so numb, still go.
Case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph, and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. Now there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So I hope this lesson is helpful. Thank you.
Oh, hello, people. How are you? How are you? Do we have some fucking massive contradictions tonight? And will we get to the bottom of it? Abso-fucking-lutely. And I'll be calling Mr. Don Wells, possibly Candace tonight on this one. But before we get to the start of it, quick thing. Haven't showed my co-host in a while. Well, everybody knows the lovely Damaged Goods helps me, and I don't give her enough credit ever. So everybody say what's up to wifey. Her channel is in the description. If you don't know, subscribe to it and say hello to my lovely wife. Also, the butt naked man, his name is Mike. He has no face. He has no pants. He does hit the like, though.
He said he wants a raise or he wants pants or he's not fucking pushing the button no more.
Mike, you better join a union.
We had a big talk.
I want to give a special shout out tonight to people that deserve it. For a long time, to my day ones of Team White Boy Radio, who remembers this person? This is Smiley. I bought this off eBay and I did parodies with it. And I'll take this moment right now. I got a lot of new subscribers. People, here's the deal. If you're new over here, there's a lot of assholes in true crime. And we're covering 2 of them tonight. A lot of assholes. They'll fool you now. They'll fool you. But guess what? Grandmas, they chase clout too. Grandmas chase clout too. And Smiley, I've been on her ass for some time. And I got to give a special shout out because as of lately on the YouTube streets, I have seen people call her out for being a trashy pimp. And it's made me so happy. It's made me so happy to see people call her out more and more and more. I love to see her in the regular spin now of tragedy pimp. But people, I've sat up here when it comes to Donna Candace, and I have debunked so many creators. I have exposed so many lies. I have showed you, the viewer, who watches them defame Don and Candace and call Don and Candace the most god-awful things with no receipts, just speculation and theories. But I've always told you, they always call you what they are. But I have never seen the exploitation of little Summer Wells in a way that we will be seeing tonight. How are we here? How are we here? We're here by accident. We're here because somebody sent me a link of a creator who maybe people think I'm not too friendly with, and I don't know what people think. We're here because people sent me a clip of Tiffany Marie, and it wasn't what you may think. I was in the dark of a few things, and tonight we'll cover all of them. The first thing I was in the dark of is Seth Rogers, the father of missing Sebastian Rogers. I was unaware of the restraining order that Katie Proudfoot had put on him before the little boy went missing. And boy, is there some ugly things in that restraining order, which we'll cover later. But Tiffany read the receipts on this. So as I'm watching this on her channel as of last night, I just took a skim at her channel. And I see live streams done of Smiley. Like I said, I've been seeing people call her out. Now, Tiffany was not one of those people that I'm including in this. I didn't even know she did. So I took a hit on one of them. And what did I find out? What did I find out? I found out a lot. I found out, and I'll show you the receipts. I'm actually going to source Tiffany's live, and it's in my description box, and it's a must-see. And I'm going to call Don Wells, and I'm going to inform him about this. Because we've seen Smiley, the old lady who talks in third person, in half hillbilly and half wannabe gangster. In third person, she talks and yells at her phone and computer screen about how Don is this and that. You know, one thing that I remember very clear? When I came back from Tennessee, she was one of the first people to tell everybody out there in YouTube land that the picture that I took with my own phone, with my friend Candace, my armor, I was kissing Candace on her cheek. She told the whole internet how Candace looked like it was a big black eye she had. And there was a massive rumor that these tragedy pimps spread, which was so debunked. These morons thought that they could tell you, the people, that there was a massive domestic violence thing. They had a big elaborate lie, which was the silliest thing to me because me and my wife were there. So you people on the computers who've been lying about everything else are going to lie about some domestic lie. So we totally debunked it. We totally debunked the source, exposed that. It's on wifey's. I peeled the banana back, but really on wifey's channel, Candace and wifey destroyed the lie, and they just stopped talking about it. It's interesting though. What was the picture? What was the lie about? Oh, domestic violence. Guess what I learned on Tiffany's live? In Panama City, Florida, where Smiley resides, her husband of 40 years beats the shit out of her. Now, that's nothing funny that's not a dig. That's not cool to say. That's not something I'm throwing in her face. Well, it is. It is only because she's been telling her internet subscribers for years that Don Wells is an abusive asshole and he beats Candace all the time. There's no receipts on this, but we have court documented receipts that not only her husband whoops her, people, this lady wrote the judge begging for mercy for her husband to get out of jail, and she fucking used Summer Wells as in a court documented letter to the judge to help get her abuser out of jail. Oh, there's receipts tonight. These people have been using Summer Wells' name for financial gain for years. We now can learn that Smiley Stories World wrote the judge and used Summer Wells to help get her abuser out of jail, which is very, very ugly and interesting, because like Bullhorn Betty and like Prayer Garden, Smiley Stories World doesn't believe that Summer Wells is even alive or have hope that one would find her. Her belief, at her own words, on multiple live streams and videos, is Summer Wells is dead. So if you believe that Summer is dead, people, we're going to peel it back. But I have to call Don on this because I've done it so many times. You know what's interesting? When I first met Don, he was getting drilled by these people. They were just talking all this shit to him on these live streams, and he didn't have no dirt. And as I'm talking to him, I'm like, bro, I'm like telling him all about these people. Now, I never do this. Oh, I wish I did. Also, what's interesting is she's said on her live streams about me that I have a girlfriend. No, I love my wife, and never, ever, ever, ever will you, Smiley, or any of you assholes who blame Don and Candace and now Chris or Katie Proudfoot ever find a domestic violence receipt on my beautiful wife. You'll never, ever find any infidelity in my wife. Hey! Don't do it. Don't do it. You better separate them. She's going at him. Williams. You never find it. Williams.
6.
He took a swing at her, though. But you never find that. But I bring that up because
there's no violence in my house ever.
But with the dog,
Princess, give me this. One more time, they're gonna hit you in the fucking head with it.
I bring it up because the domestic violence that she begged the judge and used Summer Wells' name and photo in the letter, we'll produce it, was over infidelity. What? So they always call you what they are. Also tonight, earlier today, I post a community post. And it had to do with Cher's best friend. We all know Cher to be a scumbag. Thank you, Nora Woods, very much. Oh, thank you. 3 months strong, and I very much appreciate you, chat. Give me 1 second. We're not quite done with the intro. Nora, I appreciate you, though. Hello to you, and welcome. Cher. Now, we have covered Cher sending Don Wells these interesting photos, right? These interesting photos. You know, what's interesting is Cher's pushback on this was what had happened was I had already posted those all over social media. No. Because I have been pretty critical of anybody associated with Cher. I do not like Cher at all. And I'm happy to see her friend, her best friend on the internet, cotton candy boobs, disassociate with her. Hey, I'm all there's no need for me to hold my nuts on somebody. If they're trying to do something different and they're breaking away from tragedy pimps, who am I to continue it? And I almost did a full-on live on this lady just because she's always with Cher with the shenanigans. But
there's a
but-
whole boatload of shit
but-
that goes behind it.
well, clean slate, because as of recently,
I'll do it then.
she has broken away from Cher and did her own truth and expose. And in this live, she tells the truth about Cher. She admits that Cher sent this to Don Wells for information. Could you imagine? This lady has begged the internet for a wedding that she never did. She's literally gotten teeth, all her teeth in her mouth were off the backs of Don and Candace. She gripped for a wedding, but she once again is caught in lies. Cher's a piece of dirt. She's a piece of shit. I cannot wait to tell Don and Candace this. So I'll get to the comments real fast, and then we're going to give a ring, shall we? We'll do a phone call. We'll do it live. But I remember when Don sent me these. And Cher is the type of person who always thinks she can outsmart people. I love to see these people sit there and dwell in their own words. And Smiley deserves it. She's been married to this man for 40 years. She had to be, 20 years? 18, 20 when you get married? So that's 60. She's been on the internet talking about Summer for 10. This lady's 70 years old. That's what the mask was about. Okay. Also, there's a lot of drug use. No receipts. There's a lot of drug claims brought upon Don and Candace Wells. No receipts. It's interesting to learn that. Smiley, her son, passed out in a vehicle. Passed out. With the baby in the car seat in the back. Meth all over the car. Meth everywhere. It's interesting she didn't advocate for her grandson as hard as she does for Summer. It's also interesting to learn, back to Cotton Candy, to learn that Cher again lied to everybody about her father's case. Of course, what Cher did is she got in front of her father's case. She knew at some point somebody would do the digging and find it. And the facts of the matter is, Cher's father murdered somebody and the child. A child. Why isn't Cher advocating for that child that her father murdered? It's very interesting to watch Cher go live. Another one with domestic violence. Made up some shit on me in the well. No receipts. But she's best friends with Smiley. You think she'd be an advocate, a good friend. It's very interesting here to watch Cher tell you, the viewers, that Candace and Don, they murdered Summer. What, her father? Receipts. Her father murdered a child. This is coming from a best friend. A lie only goes so far, people. It has no truth. Truth will prevail. A lie will only go so far. And someone who tells a lie, they're not being truthful. So they forget about what's in the lie. It only has so much of a lifespan. Y'all know this. Let's get to the comments before we inform my friends about this recent activity. And let me tell you this. None of this is new information. None of it. The thing about YouTube is sometimes just because one person exposes something, a lot of people will see it. A lot of people will see it and talk about it. But there's waves of subscribers that come by. I have a lot of new subscribers. So you have to understand how this channel works. Tomorrow will be a parody about Cher's ass cheek tattoos. So when you view the video, it's not going to be fact-based. It's going to have some comedy to it. That's what I like to do. I like to really dig at these people who hurt the families with missing people. Who does that? But they like to lie, gaslight, they like to dogpile and involve their friends to back the lie. That's not going to work anymore. Two creators tonight who have backed each other's lies. They can't run from receipts. They can't. And these two creators have both dogpiled Don and Candace Wells. They don't have one receipt for their hundreds of lies and lives. But we have some tonight. Comments. I don't know. The chat is here. I had an intro to say. What's up, Froggy? Mystical's in the house. Please click the thumbs up or down. Hello, Mama. How you doing? Rapper, what's up? I quit watching Cher when she started begging for money for her teeth. I pay every time I go to the... Trudy, you ain't. Good for you. That was a long time ago. And there's been so many grifts since then. What's up, Miss Joanne? Oh, Miss Joanne. So here's the deal. Do you know how to do that? Babe, explain that to her.
Explain what?
So Miss Joanne, what? So Miss Joanne, let me just say this to you, Miss Joanne. Look. So Skunk, help her out. So what's up, Skunk? How are you? Absolutely, Skunk. So Miss Joanne, Skunk has been a member a long time too, 15 months. Thank you, Skunk. Thank you. Thank you to all my members. So Miss Joanne, you don't have to donate to do what Skunk did. Nora did. And who else did it? Mystical. You can hit the, like, you go to, like, you're going to donate, but it'll say membership recognition or something like that. And it's free to do. It's part of being a member. You can do. Skunk, babe, Mystical, help her out. Help Miss Joanne out.
Which one of us? Skunk, babe,
whoever can do it better. Yeah. Dogpiler.
Dogpile on Mama.
Miss Joanne. What's up, Kiki? How you doing? No way, Skunk. It's not happening. Miss Lisa, what? Oh, okay. We're going to touch on Roe, too. Roe is a complete moron. Quick update on Roe and Andrew. Andrew's made 700,000 lives about me lately. It's what his channel's about. And I keep telling people he doesn't know what his problem is with me. I paid it absolutely no attention. And for what it's worth, after he scammed the Summer Wells community, he's got like 200 views live. No one watches Andrew. The other day, that bitch Mama Bear did a live, and we were addressing Roe. And Damaged Goods absolutely shut down Andrew. He was over there crying about getting doxxed. Andrew doxxed my wife like a motherfucker when I was in jail.
My thumbs couldn't keep up. Finally, I'm like, give me the link.
And she hit the link and shut Andrew down.
I was typing it. Mama Bear was very graceful. I had a way with my mouth.
And wifey got an apology from Andrew, and he apologized to me, apparently. The thing is, Andrew, I know that you're just clout chasing. So, I mean, I guess I accept it, but you never had an issue with me. Like, what was your problem with me? I mean, you said I'm alive. You heard that I was talking crap. Did you do the research? Did somebody send you a link? No, it was a lie. See, I do this thing here. But apology accepted, I guess. Anyway, with Roe, this moron, this is the weirdest shit. I am thoroughly enjoying watching these Summer Wells exploiters expose themselves. This lady, first of all, this barfly who sells her coochie, I thought like after 50 you couldn't sell that thing. But I don't know. She's got a couple of Johns maybe. She decides to tell a lie that this past Memorial weekend, if you didn't see me posting the picture with the flag, if you didn't see a few lives that I did right here in Florida, she says that I was in Tennessee with Don Wells, and I went to the creator Lip's house, and
No.
what was it?
Lips went to Don's house and you answered the door.
Okay, Lips went to Don's house and answered the door. And what I do? Molest her daughter?
The door, and you and Don are, I don't know, you guys were playing with kids and sedatives.
Playing with kids and sedatives. You know, for somebody to think this in their mind, and then she had to think of this sick lie. Lips, the creator Lips, has a minor daughter. I don't even know Lips. But Lips snapped and straightened her. Okay. Mama Bear called her out. This lady Ro, if you're so tough and you have such a problem, come on over and I'll offer you a link, lady. You won't take the link at Mama Bear's. You won't take Lips, and you damn sure ain't going to come over here. And I'm talking about this moron right here with 0 teeth. This grandma right here who has 0 teeth. Grandmas chase clout too, people. I'm trying to tell you. Now, she's a moderator for Cher. So just off common sense, it takes 13 hours one way from my house to Don's. 13 hours. That'd be 26 hours total. Okay. But this is like the dumbest, desperate attempt to reach and make something up. I don't know what is. It's silly, and I don't even feel like I should have straightened this, but it should be said that these people are so desperate. And a lot of people say, oh, well, they just leave Summer over there and pick up Sebastian Rogers. Well, thank God. Well, thank God. Thank God. Do you really want them talking about Summer Wells? Any of them? But this sick lady is thinking in her mind, she had to think of
she needs to get shot in the fucking
me
head,
going to Don's, and then she's thinking about Lips coming over, and then us doing weird things. In reality, Candace Wells told me and Noelle that Lips, this creator, did go to Don and Candace like a month ago. She was somewhere, I don't know. I don't even know Lips like that. But she was somewhere and she drove by and she stopped by and said, what's up? How you doing? I don't know what they talked about. I just know that she stopped by like a month ago. And then I don't know, even watch Lips's response to this. It's just disgusting. And this is coming from somebody who thinks in their head that Don is doing weird things to Summer Wells and then says it. Now she's thinking about me doing this. It's disgusting. So I won't really give that any more attention. A couple more comments, and then we're going to call Don Candace because I cannot wait to tell them about these new discoveries. I'm actually going to do something that I don't do. I'm going to call Don and Candace first before I show the receipts because it's just going to be that much fun. And that's just the confidence in the receipts. Actually, I have the receipts. I'll show them to you two different times. She is nasty-minded. She's disgusting. She's the person who thinks my moderator, a woman who lives in the United Kingdom, is Tim Mullins. What a moron, bro.
Sure.
I mean, but you have to love it just to watch these people epically fail. Mom Bear, how are you? How are you? You destroyed that lady and she's scared to death of you. I'm that bitch. Mom Bear has been in the Summer Wells community. Y'all know her. She's done, her own thing. There's so many people in the Summer Wells community that go, hello, Orion Flies. A lot of people in the Summer Wells community, they don't have big channels, but they've been doing work, and I hate to see those people get run over and missed.
Bitch. Right there. I love you.
Lisa is in here. Where's Lisa at? Lisa, the moron Prayer Garden said that, I don't even remember the lie that she said about Lisa that I'm paying.
What?
And Prayer Garden is desperate as well, too, real fast. This lady, these people are just epically failing one after. So she's claiming that I took my cock out and showed it to her, okay, when I was backstage. The time, like one of the 7 times she kicked me off the panel. I asked her, can you provide one receipt? And she got all mad. But now, wait for it. Now I'm jerking off backstage, I guess. And she's gonna expose it if I don't stop talking about her. Well, here's how this works. Let's just say I did this weird shit. How could you show that on YouTube? Dirt, 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 dirt to dirt. You're like smarter than an FBI agent, you moron. So at this point, I wish I did do it. So she just to bait her to show it, then she can get canceled. These people are almost like retarded. What is this?
It ain't me, huh? Not me, not this time. Woo!
It's my mom. Anyway. Yeah. No, his pictures.
Oh, okay.
I don't know nothing about the ads. I don't know nothing about the ads.
What ads?
I don't know. I don't ever watch ads. I pay for YouTube Premium. Wait, who didn't I pork Heather? Is this the Heather that I porked?
No, not Heather Lynn, Dippy, and I still want to know why I
was. And then I also porked Dippy for some reason.
No.
Okay. Anyway, now that I'm catching you all up with the lies, now let's get to some truth.
Never mind. You won't understand.
Dippy, I porked.
Yes, her. See, she just said, "Oh no, that was me." Heather Lynn's like, "Oh my god, you."
Okay.
Just go with it, ladies. He's not gonna understand. I'll be your Heather Matt only if I.
Hey, let me see that Bluetooth, babe. Let me see that speaker.
Do it.
So they can hear Dawn.
I think the speaker is a little loud when you play it.
Yeah.
Maybe just lower it a bit. I'll be your Heather if I can call you my bitch. Yeah, I love my friends.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Just relaxing.
All right. You there?
Yeah.
All right. So first off, let me do it like this. How was your day today?
Pretty hot, pretty tough.
Was it hot? How about it was
Yeah.
super hot in the warehouse at where I work.
Yeah.
Is the heat hitting y'all?
Not too bad. It hasn't been too bad, as far as heat. Not yet, anyway.
All right. You got about 10. I got to inform you of some stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Couple exposés have been happening. Do you remember when we first connected and like well, I really remember it was somewhere in like with the Josh the Lab situation. I remember like it came in like waves. Like first I was dealing with Doug and then Cher, and then we transferred to each tragedy pit, but somewhere like around the Josh situation when I was telling you that he was like deleting his messages to you on Facebook Messenger, so his conversation changed from 2 people to 1, and then he was putting that on the internet and fooling the viewers, changing the conversation. He's unsending his message, and you didn't know what that was. Somewhere around that, I was like, Don, don't you know this about these people? And you remember, I was informing you all the stuff, and you were laughing because you didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, all like all their baggage and all their dirty laundry and all the truth. Well, I just remember that conversation. So last night, I'm watching a live, and the lady's Smiley. She's like the 70-year-old lady without any eyebrows that talks half hillbilly, half gangster in third person. She says, and Smiley got beat up by her husband. And Smiley, that lady, that idiot. Okay, so when I came back from Tennessee, in your living room, I took a couple pictures with you, and then you moved.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And I'm kissing. There's one where I'm kissing Candace. I posted it in findsomewhereelse.com, and the internet takes it and runs with it and makes this fucking story up about how Candace has a black eye and how you beat up Candace while the only individuals in that house happen to be me, Noelle, you, and Candace. But these idiots are telling the viewers that there's at one point, didn't they say Don tackled her?
Yeah, but I have an idea. Because we keep asking him about the wrong name. Does he know who Tina Dace is? because he asked about Robert knowledge's power, but we never asked.
He doesn't know. I've asked
You
him
asked
many
about
times. He
Tina?
has no clue who that lady is.
No, you asked Tina though, because that's her real name. Okay.
Yeah. So I told you, like, she yells at the camera for nothing. Anyway, so after I debunk all that shit, you know, that lady Smiley was one of the main ones with this theory about this domestic violence thing. So it's came to the light that her husband beats on her. Okay, and he's been arrested multiple times, which is comical because for some odd reason she likes to call me an inmate and a jailbird. Well, her husband could be my fucking roommate. Well, no, because I don't beat women, so he'd be on the other side of the jail. Anyway, this guy has whooped her. There's scars on her forearms and whatnot. And this lady, okay, that's a contradiction itself. She's like making fun of and trying to expose that there's some made up domestic violence between you and Candace when in fact her husband's the abuser. But this lady actually, she's been grifting off your daughter's name for years. This bitch.
There's been a bunch of them out, man.
Bro, this bitch wrote the judge in Florida. And this lady. They'll try anything, won't they? Dude, this lady she wrote the judge in Florida begging the judge to let her husband out for all this reasons, but one of the reasons was her husband's going to help her find Summer Wells. Now get this, Don. I know you don't watch her, and please forgive me for about what I'm about to say. I don't think this, but this asshole has live stream after live stream, like Bullhorn Betty and like Prayer Garden. She believes Summer's not even alive. So to get her abuser out, she exploits Summer Wells to a judge.
Yeah.
Okay. She doesn't even believe Summer's alive. In the letter to the judge, she puts a photograph and she doesn't even believe it. And then she has the nerve to talk about domestic violence or call it out, but it gets better. She's also accused you of all type of drug use, Candace of drug use. Her own son gets not even pulled over. The motherfucker's passed out because he's high on meth for days. He's got a little kid in the back seat. Cop walks up. He's asked out. Little kid is in a car seat. There's meth all over the car.
Yeah.
Receipts on it. Court documents. You know, with this situation, Don, I have an idea. Last time I came up, there was one thing I didn't do, and that was bring cease and desist letters. This lady has already asserted herself in the courts, and this is my hometown. This is my home state. She lives in Panama City. See, Florida, I know Florida law, and this is easy, man. She's already written a judge, and her whole channel contradicts everything. She doesn't advocate for Summer Wells. She hasn't hung a flyer up. She doesn't go search for her. In advocating, if she means talk shit about you and Candace, but she doesn't. She's showing the judge a picture. She doesn't even believe that girl's alive. So she's already lied to a judge. And on top of that, she's called the TBI multiple times. She acts like a fucking Karen.
How many hours are we from her house?
Panama City, it's up north.
Oh, I was going to get shipped there when I got arrested once. That ain't that terribly far.
That lady's like 70 years old, Noel.
I'm almost 45.
She's wearing Depends.
I'll put on a diaper too.
She wears Depends. But could you believe this shit?
Yeah, I know. It's been something else since from day one. It's just been one after the other after the other.
I've never in my life.
I've never seen or experienced anything like this.
Bro, she used Summer's name to get her abuser out of jail. The letter is comical. he's an old man himself. He's got high blood pressure. She's like, please, he needs to go in the hospital. And listen, there's nothing funny about domestic violence, but the dude has been arrested for all type of shit, all type of stuff. What was it? Not battery, but I forget. I'm gonna play it here in a second. All type of shit, and she has her arm was all bruised. Yeah, and she's got that's just one thing with one kid. There's other CPS stuff with the other kid. It's all fucked up, but you'd think she'd advocate for that grandkid or something like that. But just it is the complete exposure of herself. And she sits up there on her high horse, but her depends, she shit herself, and the horse doesn't want to smell it anymore and kicked her off. And she fell off the horse. And if you look at the thumbnail of this video, there's a pile of shit directly over her head because she's a shithead. But I've never seen somebody exploit Summer for legal problems. I mean, this is like tragedy pimping to a different level, Don.
Yeah.
I'm really mad about this.
I mean,
I'm really mad.
So also it has been brought out. Do you remember when you sent me a while back these photographs of the lady who grifted? At one time, she had no teeth, but then she got teeth off you and your wife. This would be the picture, people in the chat, that Smiley decided to say, make a big thing out, and same with Cher. But anyway, do you remember this picture that you sent me? I'm sure you remember it. It would be there was two monster tattoos on ass cheeks.
Oh yeah. I remember all that.
And remember, you told me Cher sent them to you, and I did a live, and then Cher decided to say that what had happened was she had already posted those on her social media. So it's came out that her best friend. Do you know who Cotton Candy is, Don?
No, I don't.
It's her best friend, and they've had go ahead.
It's been a while, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know you've been staying aware. But they had a falling out. She's probably seen the light, which is good. But Cher, her lies have been totally revealed. You know, I don't know what did Cher ever tell you about her father?
Yeah.
What'd she tell you?
Yeah.
What'd she tell you?
That she went to jail, and that so whoever was there in the house with her had molested her or something, and he found out about it, and she said that he had tied them up in the house and burned it down.
Hey, Queefer.
Them in the house, to
So I'm glad that you said that.
That's what Cher told me.
All right, so I'm glad you said that because in the intro, I got thrown off for a second. In my opinion, Cher got ahead of this. She knew at some point someone's going to find it. So when someone found it, they're going to be like, holy shit. So how do you get ahead of this? You make yourself, wait for it, the victim. Of course, course her dad killed somebody because she got raped. No, that's not what happened. Her father was in the bushes. Receipts on this, Donald. Yeah. Watching the house burn with the person who died and the child that died. There was two different people. He was in the bushes watching it burn. And he's not like, he's been back since release. He's been back to jail. But that doesn't really matter. I just don't understand why she doesn't advocate for that child. You know, why not a bunch of lies about that child? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But the truth has came out. She told, back to the ass pictures. She told her friend that she sent these to you for information. Like, so, but you're like pimping on a different level because in her sick head, she's like, let me just send him my ass and my cooch. He's sure to tell me the secrets of the case now. And on your side, you're like, there's nothing else you could tell. So if this isn't desperation at its finest. And it's came out that Mark, the husband, that fucking grifter, he was okay with his wife sending ass cheeks for information.
Well,
So let me ask you this: what information did you give Cher once you got these ass cheeks?
well, I had to show my wife right away the pictures because, you know,
That's why.
I can't. Hell fire. I had to show her right away, and she was pretty pissed.
Do you remember the lies though? Do you remember her saying she posted them on social media?
Yeah.
That lady is a pathological liar. And I'm so glad that her friends exposing her and telling the truth. Exactly, Lisa. Everybody knows that. But dude, I don't know how you're so calm about this. If this was me, well, I know you don't watch these people.
They have been tortured for years.
Well,
I'm just trying to move on and, you know, get away from that kind of a crowd and there ain't no future in any of that. That's for sure.
He has to.
You're right.
They have God, and these people have nothing but and disgusting evil ugliness.
What has creators done for what's your final like say in this? Like, I know you thought social media would help you guys, but looking back, like, what do you think about all this?
A lot of people have made a lot of money off of Summer. There's been so many, and then there's been a lot of people, you know, behind the scenes that are out to make money, and they're truly trying to help. And I thank those people. You know, it's just been one crazy thing after the other. You know, when this all first come out, and I don't know what to say. It's been, you know, some people seen it as opportunity to make money. Other people seen it as, you know, a poor little girl that's lost, you know, in this world. And I mean, you know, it's been very eye-opening.
Don, it's going to be the first here in 2 days. We'll be up there in 2 weeks.
Cool.
Me and Noel will be up there in 2 weeks. I got time off for work and all that. Look, man, I want to bring some cease and desist with me, man, and I want to sit down and have a conversation with you. But I want you to take your rights back. I want you to take your freedom back, and I want this to stop. This lady, you're right. People have used Summer's name for money. This lady used Summer's name to get her husband out of jail that whooped her, and has the nerve to call to just belittle you, talk all this shit about you people. I know I've talked to you about taking legal action against these people, and I understand that. What can you get out of Josh the lab who lives with his grandmother? What can you get off this one or this one? But this lady,
that ain't worth the trouble.
It's not about the trouble, man. A cease and desist gives you the advantage. Like, if you were to put a cease and desist off this idiot, she's already included herself legally.
They can't.
She binded herself legally to a judge and opened herself to this judge with her own words, saying that she's going to, you know, help advocate for this girl. If a judge takes a look at her channel and you put a cease and desist on her, she could not talk about you and Candace or Summer again. And if she does, you then can take legal action against her. She has a house. She's got a nice house. She's accidentally shown it a few times. Man, you can put a judgment on that thing, bro.
Yeah, but, you know, thanks to, you know, people like you that willing to stand up and help us, you know, and stuff, and we do appreciate that. You know, a lot of people can see, you know, that if their words ain't worth spit, you know, so it don't even matter what they say, because there's only a few hundred people at the most that actually buy into all this garbage anymore. I mean, you know, at first, I think, you know, people bought into a lot of this stuff at first, but as time has went on, I mean, you know, the truth, you know, truth always prevails, you know, so.
Truth does prevail, but Don, you got to take your truth back, man. Why? Yeah. Listen, I understand you would rather pray for him and stuff. I get it. But,
I'll punch him
but
for
as your
it.
friend,
You can pray when I'm
man,
done.
fuck
Yeah,
these people,
I mean,
man. Fuck
I
these
just-
people,
I
man.
just-
Fuck these people, man.
Yeah, but I mean, you can only really, I don't know.
No, you need
I
to
don't
put
know.
a cease and desist on this bitch. And if she says your fucking name again, you take legal action against her. Any lawyer will take that case because listen. I could literally print some cease and desist, and I could write them up on the way up there on certain people, and that's it. It's a wrap. Now here's what's going to happen, because I've seen this happen on YouTube a million times, especially with this lady talking half hillbilly and half gangster. She'd be, oh my God, Smiley got cease and desist, and Don Wells, Sir Smiley was cease and desist. That's what every YouTuber does, which is the dumbest thing you can do. And then, bro, you download that. I could go through her channel and just download, and just completely fuck that lady, man, to where she cannot say your name again, bro. And you have every upper hand to take legal action on that lady. You know what I'm saying, man? Listen, if I get the cease and desist and they're all written out, and I even help you file them, will you take the next step?
Well, I don't know. We'll talk about it when you get
We'll
here.
talk about it offline for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. You got a lot of support in the chat, man.
I appreciate that.
To the people who support you, fuck the haters.
Good people in the world, and there's a lot of people that just don't know what the hell they're doing. They need prayer. They're lost. A lot of people are lost.
How you feel about the world right now?
Oh, it's going to be. It's a wicked world.
It is.
Till the Lord comes back, we got to deal with a wicked world until that time, and try to not fall into all that stuff ourselves.
Yeah. Heather Lynn, you'll help them find one. All right, look, y'all. I'm gonna do this. This is for sure. You guys know I'm going up there in 2 weeks, like two weeks and 2 days. Yeah, I don't know if you're watching the chat or not, but you got a lot of support. Y'all email me, man. Y'all email me. Get a hold of wifey, yeah, help us. Let them take their truth back. They deserve some peace. They deserve some peace. You know what I mean? Why these idiots have put Summer over there and are all focused over here? It's the best time to blindside them. And
I appreciate y'all. God bless you guys.
All right, Don. Hey, you take
the wife's pulling up. I'm gonna get off here.
All right, tell Candace we send love. All right, man.
Sure thing. God bless y'all. Thank you.
All right, bro. Nikita, thank you, Nikita. Nikita sent $10. Just stopping in to say hello to you, white boy. Noel in chat. Thanks, Nikita. I appreciate it. So that's gonna be something I should have done last time I was up there. Didn't do. 100%. Now we have to get to these receipts. Before I get to these receipts, if you want to help out in this, I want to help get them their peace back. They've been through a lot. I don't think it bothers Don. I told you guys he has stepped away from social media. Babe, he don't know who Ro is. I know they
don't. I'm wondering if they just don't know because they don't.
No. He does not. He does not know who that lady is. He don't know who that lady is, man. Which is comical because she yells at the phone every night.
I know.
I mean, imagine like your whole existence is like thinking that people know who you are and they don't. I mean, talk about living rent free in your head. But if y'all want to help, man, there's YouTube lawyers out there. If you happen to listen, man, networking is big. If you know somebody that knows a lawyer, this shit is an easy case, man. I've done what I can. I've tried but there's a roadblock at some point. But if you reach out to a lawyer and ask questions, they're going to say, take these steps, and cease and desist are what they always say. I've reached out to Florida lawyers, Tennessee lawyers. I've been on the website Justia, and I've talked to lawyers, and they've always said, you don't need a lawyer to type you up a cease and desist. It's very easy. You have PDF. It's so easy, man. On the last live that I did, I was showing that one crazy lady crime sleuthing do a cease and desist and involving it's very easy. As long as it's legally typed up right, it's very easy. You stipulate what, it's very easy. And this moron, this example here, this lady, she literally wrote the judge. Like, it's not hard, peeps. It ain't hard. She fucked herself. So, man, I'm with it, man. I don't like that lady. I got no respect for that lady. You're 70-something years old chasing clout. You're 70 or something. You're acting like that. Listen, man, this social media shit has fucked the grandmas up, people. It's fucked the grandmas up. But I'm not like these people. I'm not going to tell you that Don and Candace Wells have domestic violence and you just believe that. That's what they do. Nah, man, y'all want the receipts. So I have to provide you the receipts. Otherwise, I'm a fraud. Stop listening to these people tell you what to believe. Make them show you, man. Make them show you, man. So without further ado, this would be the picture she sent in her letter.
Can you re-show the stuff, because we have some people in here now, a lot more that did not see.
Yeah, I'm about to play it now.
Smiley.
Oh, I didn't. I barely did anything.
No, I know, but you showed the picture.
I'm about to play.
Summer to get.
Oh, I'm gonna tell them everywhere. Listen, have no fear. White boy's here. Here's the letter she writ to the judge.
Okay.
Told me not to contact. Order was involved. In fact, I begged them over and over to take them to the hospital, not jail. We have been married 40 years. Her handwriting is horrible. He never got medical treatment. He instead was taken to jail. He is 100% disabled. Good to know. He is 100% disabled. He has nowhere to go. We share her handwriting. He has no way living, family only me. He has no now thrown life.
You want me to help you?
Please read that. I can't do it. Move, bitch. Read from the top. I'm about to play it all.
Okay. Favor, please.
I know somebody that does read it, babe.
Suggest to you he get back on his meds and going to the hospital. I want to bring.
Have no fear.
That.
But
the lady said, no, I was never told. Oh, the fucking, what's it called? Order protection. She didn't want the order protection on him. She was never told that they were going to have the order protection or that he wasn't going to be allowed to go to the hospital. Okay. He instead was taken to jail. He is 10%, 100%, sorry, 100% disabled. He has nowhere to go. We share.
Here. I have someone's going to read it. Don't move that. Here.
Oh, they share their home. He has no living family, only me. He has now taken life management. He has now.
Here. I have it all covered. Someone else is going to read it.
Oh, okay. I was doing pretty damn good.
You might be able to get it from here. Read that. Try that. See if that helps you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fucks everything up with the camera. All right, hold on.
He has now thrown life management, got put back on his meds. I hear they can't put him in the hospital due to having extremely high blood pressure. As a LPN. That's bullshit. But that's not in the letter. That's just me. Okay.
Here, I'm just gonna play Tiffany's part. She breaks it down.
Way above stroke levels and the best thing is for him to be home. Please consider this. This man right here needs medical care and to be home. He needs to be admitted to a hospital if it's above stroke levels.
So I'm going to play this for you. This would be the affidavit for the domestic violence. It's retracted, so she can't report nothing. There's no names. There's a case number. Panama City Police Department on September 4th, 2023. Wait a second. Oh my God. This is not even like ancient.
I know, no. This is all recent. This is all within the last 3 years. This is all because now remember,
wow,
she used Summer Wells to get him out of jail once after she put the people on him, and now this is from I think it's last year or the year it's 22 or 23.
Yeah, on September 4th, 2023, the defendant did willfully and unlawfully commit the offense of domestic violence by battery. The defendant verbally argued with his wife of 40 years. The argument escalated until the defendant became physical with the wife by pushing her. The victim had a cut on her right forearm where she was pushed. The action was committed against the will and without permission of the victim. The defendant has a prior conviction of assault with a deadly weapon and domestic violence by battery. The defendant is in violation of Florida Statute 764-03. Wow. They will call you what they are. So she's married to an abuser, a real abuser. And she sits up there and calls Don and Candace Wells all these things with zero receipts. And it all actually, so let me ask the ladies in the house.
Oh, the single ladies. Oh, never mind. My bad.
On some real shit, right? If you are a victim of a domestic assault, if you're a survivor. If you're a survivor,
we are not victims.
Would you, for clout, would you make up domestic violence and be like, ha, 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 ha?
No, and anybody who does needs to get locked up behind
So let me go through these receipts, people. Again, this is going to be via Tiffany Marie's channel. Her link is in my
this shit was last summer.
Description.
This shit was last summer.
So the thing that me and Noelle can't read is because I screenshotted it off this live.
I can read it on the phone though. Is the problem?
Avenue, Panama City, Bay County, Florida. The defendant and the victim were in a domestic dispute over suspected infidelity. The defendant and the victim have been married for about 40 years and share a residence.
Infidelity, Smiley. You made up some fabricated lie that I have a girlfriend. Zero receipts. But in all reality, at your house, if we're being real, at your house, what's going on is your man's cheating on you, beating you. You're writing the judge to get that same man out. You believe Summer's dead. It's not.
You use somebody else's child, bro. You got mental fucking problems, dude.
It's not my words. It's yours. You think that Summer's deceased. You think that Summer's unalived. But you write the judge and say other words. You haven't got your fat ass off that computer ever. You ain't hand a goddamn flyer out. You've never gotten them woods. How could you search for a missing child? You got one foot in the grave. And also, your son is getting arrested for meth all up the car, and the son, the baby's in the back seat, no pacifier, meth everywhere. Lady, you got some goddamn nerve. But this is the person. This is the person when she interviews Chris Proudfoot wants to talk about CPS. Hey, Chris. Man, look here. I don't recall you having a meth full of car.
A car full of meth.
They talk about you being abusive. Did you beat up Katie and there's cuts on her arm, Chris? let's continue. So infidelity is interesting. I'm going to skip right back to this is the interesting part, people. We're going to go to 2 hours and 32 minutes. This is not interesting. This is disgusting. By all means, leave comments in the chat. I want to see some rage. I want to see some heartfelt comments to Smiley. This is the most exploitive thing I have ever seen an individual do in Summer's name. This lady wrote the judge. It's not my opinion. She has said Summer's dead many times.
She has.
This is fucking sick.
That follows Smiley would know what her handwriting looks like. I'm sure she's written
None.
shit.
They could.
If Smiley can pull up documents, if Smiley can cover cases, I can cover Smiley. I told Josh from the lab the same thing. I could cover anything I want, right? This goes all the way back.
This is the letter.
Then.
This is the letter that we couldn't read, as you can see.
To cover anything.
Like I said, this was old information. I never knew none of this. But here's a letter. Let's hear it.
With these creators fucking pulling all the. So she says.
Here we go. Here it is.
I was never told, not one time, a no contact order was involved. In fact, I begged them over and over to take him to the hospital, not jail. When someone's beating on you, you don't get to say they're going to the hospital. Okay? That's just the way it works.
Really fast for some context. I don't know why this lady Smiley decided to fuck with Tiffany. Tiffany bodied her, literally bodied her, destroyed her. And this is why I'm here.
It's like fucking Mortal Kombat. Finish her!
I mean, like I said, I was sent a link on the restraining order that Katie Proudfoot put on Seth Rogers, which we'll get to at the end of this live. And I found this, and I'm so happy that I did. But what you're about to hear is a court documented receipt Smiley sent into the judge. Smiley won't debunk this. She won't ever debate this because it's so easy to pull up. The sleuths in the chat are already doing it. I remember some weird beef that Benny Keys and Smiley had. And I remember Smiley called the law on him. For the love of Jesus, she was doing everything possible for this not to get out. What she should have done is lied like Cher did and got in front of it and been the victim. But how could she on this? Let's continue.
We have been married 40 years. Yes, 40 years. He needed medical treatment. He instead was taken to jail. He is 100% disabled. He was nowhere. Oh, he has nowhere to go. We share.
No crime
I
on my
care.
mind.
He has no living family, only me.
I don't know. Crimes on my mind. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. She responded to Tiffany, but then Tiffany bodied her with this. She can't rebuke the letter she wrote to the judge. She can't rebuke what her husband did. She can't rebuke her husband. This lady was calling me like a jailbird and shit. Lady, your husband, bruh. He ate the same cornbread I did.
This poor guy only has her. I don't know what all went on here. I have no idea. He has now, through life management, got back on his meds. I hear they can't put him in the hospital due to his extremely high blood pressure.
Gotcha, Leandra.
What? They can't put him in the hospital due to his extremely high blood pressure? I don't get that. Wouldn't you think that would be cause to go into the hospital? I don't know. Way above stroke levels, and the best thing is for him to be home. Please consider this man right here needs medical care and to be home, not charges. Thank you, Tammy. Now, hold on. Me get the next one. She wrote a fucking book.
Sure did.
No, it's not okay for Smiley to use Summer. It's just not.
All right, look, here's the deal. As
These
far as
people think
Queefer, I get you. Look, I'm not the biggest Tiffany fan, although I don't really have a huge issue with her. I don't like Benny Keys. The thing is this, man, you cannot debate receipts, man. I'm not one to like, if somebody has massive receipts, like at this point, like the differences have to kind of sit beside us for a moment. Like you can't debate Tiffany's receipts here. Like there's like no like, so being that I'm using the receipts, I'm not going to sit up here and dog her. I mean, and these receipts, from what I understand, get worse. Now, I always knew that Smiley had a whole bunch of fucked up house and home. I never knew it was to this extent, and I never knew she did that with the judge. People have been hinting to me in my comments, man, look, I hear you and I see you. Please, I don't put no one's name out. If you give me a receipt, if you email me, whiteboylockdownradio@yahoo.com, for the love of God, don't, I'm busy. Don't talk to me in riddles, man. Give it to me white and black. I promise you, I've never outed somebody that gave me a receipt. I'm not going to accidentally show the email that you sent because I don't ever show emails unless I don't care about the person, like I did last live, which was 2 weirdo creators. But I don't do that if people give me information. Never. Please understand that. And just so if you got it, give it to me, man. I've been speaking about Smiley for some time. I put the mask on. I've clowned her. The intro to this, the trailers of this live. I've been talking about her for a long time. I'm happy to see people getting on her ass now. A lot of people have, but let's continue this. This is I want you to hear this. I want you to see what she did to the judge.
that this is normal, and it's
Here we
my
go.
husband
Here we go.
blank
Record it.
as soon as possible so he can get back in his home. We have been married 40 years and 4 grandchildren,
Your Honorable
4
Judge
grown
Stevenson.
children and 6 grandchildren later. We have things to work out. He has never been in trouble.
I'm gonna put the link in
I
the
was
chat here in
16
a
and
moment.
he was 18 when
It's
we
live.
got married. Okay. He is disabled from a near fatal car accident years ago. He had to stop working after trying to go back and finish his long-term career. His closed head injury would not allow. He needs medical help. He got off his medications. He was not stable from before, which takes time,
Interesting.
which I asked for help then. He spent 9 to 10 days in jail this time and is cold turkey.
Ooh. So he did 10 days in jail this time. Smiley, that jailbird, it ain't fitting you too good when you say it. Either is that whole Don beats Candace thing. That ain't fitting you either. But this is Tiffany reading this long ass letter that she wrote the judge about. In a minute, she involves Summer Wells' name. And then you're going to see she included that picture. By any chance, chat, where did that picture come from? Anybody remember where that picture came from? I kind of swore I've seen it on some community posts before. I'd love to know. I'd love to know who made the picture and how it got to Judge Stevenson via Smiley for a domestic violence situation. The creator who thinks Summer Wells is dead is begging the judge that she's advocating for her, and actually her husband, who is now cold turkey clean, is going to help find Summer Wells. Well, how do you find a dead person? And when have you looked for said person? You are the epitome of a tragedy pimp. Judge Stevenson, Panama City. Boy, I tell you, your days are numbered talking about Summer Wells. If I got any say and I can do anything to help it. This is my home state. I know Panama City. I know Florida. I know you, and I know your channel, and I know what you say. You can tell the judge what you want to tell the judge. But boy, I tell you, you might just never talk about Summer Walls no more. It's not like you do anything anyhow. Them days are over for you. You when I get back from Tennessee, you might as well 100% grift only Sebastian Rogers. And that's not me telling you to. I hope Judge Stevenson does.
Hold on.
That's not everything I love. I'll be right back. I gotta get something. About to say it right now.
So this one here is the next one that comes from there. Cold turkey, off his meds and the drinking he had mixed, which he can never drink. He has another living soul but me, and his grandchildren, whom 2 is disabled at home and 2 have their own life. Okay, not grandchildren, excuse me, grown children. Grown. He has, let me read that over. He has another living soul but me. I don't know. I think she meant no other living soul but me. And his grown children, whom 2 is disabled at home and 2 have their own life. And he can't stay with. He has to leave my sons because he lives with others with his family. He needs AA and NA and outpatient for sure, which I hope is ordered, but he told my son he was going to do.
Damn.
I understand he has started on his meds and knows he's in trouble and needs help and has made the biggest mistake of his life. I am not going to press charges. I feel this will only hurt me, him, and in the future, our entire family, or things we might do as far as try to buy or do for or with our grandchildren or the help or to help anyone. Sorry, I'm struggling with this. In our community or any other community, as we have always tried to help people and do the right things in life. Has the judge ever seen your YouTube channel, Smiley? Shit. In fact, I have been, for 2.5 years, been advocating for a 5-year-old little missing girl named Summer Wells in Tennessee, and this could only hurt me and possibly her if my husband is charged. Hold on. Let me read that again for my wrench, who can go fuck themselves. Okay? In fact, I have been, because 2 Old Crows is the one who has gone out. She needs to, while her like this.
So this is the picture that she, oh, my bad.
This is what she attached to the judge.
Bam. You see the, there's the letter. She crossed out her name, Tammy. And then she puts, anybody remember this picture? I mean, there's not too much to say. I'll play this for another 10 seconds. Again, I'll drop the link I just dropped in the chat. I would definitely watch that. Definitely I watched that whole live. And here's the thing. There's like 2 other. There's one that's 6 hours I haven't been through yet. Now listen, Benjamin doxed this lady a while back, and that lady called the police on him. I get it now. She did not want some stuff being said to the point where police at his house. Hey man, listen here. I'm so happy to learn this because there's an avenue to shut this bitch up. I put my Smiley mask on. Look, it looks just like her, but it's too hot. I can't do it. But people, here's the deal, man. we have two Summer Wells exploiters. Now, these two creators, Cher and Smiley, are beyond negative. They've said the most god-awful things about Summer Wells. And you got to love it to see them being what they call Don and Candace. What the fuck would that lady Cher? Why is she on the internet? Her father killed a child. And here's the thing. She's going to swear that she's the victim of her dad justified doing that because she was the rape victim. If my name ain't Matt, if I don't get a FOIA request on that case and completely bust it down, stay tuned, because the people who have made a living off Don and Candace and all these fraudulent things and imaginary conspiracies, we have some upcoming content that will blow your fucking socks off. Oh, it's going down. No tips. No hints. Just stay tuned. Notifications on. But yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that. I'm gonna have to work on that very soon, because I wonder who's lying. Now, we know Cher. Is she so truthful that we could say, yeah, she's probably the victim? Or do we know her behavior to be so shenanigan and sketchy and bullshit that we already know bullshit? There's only one way to find out. So there's buckets more on Smiley that I'm unaware about. People don't like Tiffany. That's fine. People love Tiffany. That's fine. You can't argue receipts. Court documented receipts, we can't run from. We can't run from. So I'm okay to show it. And here's the thing, people. Here's the thing. I stumbled across this on accident, and it pisses me off that I found this on accident. Why didn't I been known about this? Why? I should have been known about this, people. I should have been known about this. But I stumbled across this. Lips, you're in the chat. Come on up. Let me drop the link. If you're welcome to come on up, Lips. I'd appreciate it if you did. I'd appreciate it if you did. You know, there's no beef here, people. This was in the beginning of the live. I was talking about that crazy lady Roe, who says that this past Memorial weekend, I took a trip to Tennessee, and as I'm at Don and Candace's house, it's not that you can't see me live here in Florida or anything, but I was there, and well, let's figure it out together. Hey, what's happening?
Hey, shit. Nothing really.
So, yeah, man, I'm just gonna give you the floor, man. And first, I want to tell you, man, I don't know where this came from. I do remember Candace telling me that about a month ago. Was it about a month ago you stopped by their house?
Yeah, about that exactly. Actually,
and you did post about that on your channel, right?
yeah, a little bit.
I remember I don't know if I could say this or not. Well, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. A little bit before I posted that video of what's her name that I did with the video.
Lady Justice.
So I posted a video, guys, of Lady Justice, and I guess we could touch on that a little bit too.
Okay.
You gave me a DM. Well, we spoke in a DM on TikTok, but beyond that, I don't know, Lips. I know of you, but I don't personally know you. But what was said is I this past weekend I'm at Don Wells' house, and you stopped by, and apparently I gave everybody sedatives.
Right.
And I was doing something to your. How old's your daughter, if you don't mind me asking?
She's 3.
Excuse me?
She's 3.
Jesus Christ. What's wrong with this lady? Go ahead. You got it for.
Okay. So
that's disgusting, man.
Yeah, let's just start right here at the end with the whole roll thing. Back about 9-10 months ago, I have an echo. Is there any way we can fix that? I don't know how.
Are you watching my live?
No, as soon as I click the link, it brings me right into your back.
Well, you're good on my end, chat. One, if she's good. Two, if she's got the echo.
Yeah.
I don't know.
La 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 la. Oh, it's gone now.
Okay.
All right. So about that long ago, when Ro first came into the picture, before she ever even did a live, she made a video called "Dirty Dick and Babies." Okay, this video recently has been deleted. I've looked all over her channel. If anybody can find it, I guess I'd like the link, but she's done deleted it, but she claims it's still out there. So anyways, she accuses Surfy Jr., which whatever, and Hunter of doing sexual things, allegedly, I'm gonna say, she didn't say that, to Summer Wells in that tunnel. The one with all the graffiti and stuff. She's now saying cave, but then I thought she said tunnel. In that, like, she started speaking this stuff as facts. Well, I later on had seen her in Andrew's chat, and she was saying something about her child or one of her children or something being falsely accused of things and having to like register the rest of their life or something along those lines. So I got up on Andrew's panel and I said, well, what in the hell? Why would you falsely accuse a minor of that if you're all pissed off about, that happening to one of your own children? And then that got turned into Nana's Angels came up and a bunch of other people came up and kind of was like, yeah, what the hell are you doing? So then she turned into other things. She's like, I didn't even use his name. I used an initial, and just all these things. And it's been like, it was a fight for a real long time. And then finally she just dropped it because nobody really wanted to fight back with her. And that really kind of blew her channel up, really. That's when she did her very first live. And it was about that panel right there. And her live to that, her response to that panel, damage. It is still there, but I think Andrew privated the original live, so that's not up no more. But it pretty much was that. And then not only did she harass me, but she harassed Nana's Angels up until the point of the night that she passed away. And then maybe out of her own guilt started accusing me and the other people that were on that panel of harassing Nana all that night. And us doing something to stress her out to cause, what happened. And that, everything's always twisted with her. So now I was there April 27th on Ben Hill. I was there for maybe 15 minutes. I think 5 minutes of that I was recording on my camera and I was recording the puppy. Okay. And my husband was with me. He didn't even want to go. And the whole thing was, I was already in Tennessee. I had tagged myself on Facebook. She asked me if I was really there or just being creep, and I said, no, I was really there. I asked her if I could come over. She said, or if she wanted to meet up. She said she didn't have a car. I said, I'll see you in an hour. So she really didn't, I don't know. She didn't invite me, but I didn't, whatever. She didn't deny it either. So I came over. Everything was cool. The house looked great. I don't have anything negative to say about what I saw there at all. Candace looked good. Her color was good. Everything was good. I didn't feel a negative thing while I was there the whole time. And I can honestly say that. Now, I know what it used to look like and what people used to say, but my feeling going there now, this time, that place looks awesome. Everything is done, except for certain little spots. But this time, the bathroom looks good. Everything looks good. It wasn't cluttered. None of that.
Yeah.
And then there was one more thing. Oh, Lady Justice. Okay, when this case first started, me and a few other people and Lady Justice all started over in Gigi's. I think everybody knows who Gigi is, right? Justice for the kids.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we all found out right away that the lady was insane. And we the first time she had freaked out, she expected us to drop everything we were doing, which I was at a doctor's appointment. Lady Justice was working or something. And, and she was cool. Like nothing as far as Lady Justice, nothing. She didn't even really talk too much about like reading cards and being kind of psychic then. You know, she had normal everyday talk. You could hear her playing with her kids or talking to her kids. And then something traumatic happened with her 5-year-old son that she walked in on, and it really fucked her up. So then, not only that, she was already dealing with, I'm not going to keep too much off here because I guess I'm sure everybody knows anyways, but then she was dealing with breast cancer, and it took one of her breasts. So around all that same time, she was pretty traumatized while the Summer Wells case was going on. And then, you know, she really started going back into reading cards, doing her psychic stuff. I mean, I don't know what else to call it. And it seems like from what because I kind of lost contact with her after a while, obviously.
Okay.
And it seems like from what I'm seeing, and I haven't heard everything. I haven't heard like you guys' like private combos. I don't know nothing like that or other people. Just what's
I'll
out
tell
here.
you something. I'll tell you something here in a second. Go ahead, finish.
Yep. And it sounds to me that she is stuck back at, and cancer came back, and I think took her other breast too. So, and she was served with a divorce. So, and a bunch of other things. So she has, I assume, I'm not going to say for sure, has turned to drugs. I know that she was on Suboxone, but recently has told me she's off all that. And usually the only reason why somebody would go off that was to use other things. And it kind of hurts me a little bit because she was a good girl. I do know she had to quit her job and all that stuff. But that was then. I can't believe for 1 minute. I mean, I can believe it because I know what's happening because I talked to her too before you guys came out with this stuff online. I've known for 2 years about this Summer Wells stuff being caught in a shadow and all that. If you guys looked at that pole where that dog is, she always told me that was her standing there. And when you played it, that's clearly the dog jumping. And I think she's over by like the tree or something.
So people, what we're talking about right now is that video. It's got like 35,000 views on my channel. That lady, the lady who I kicked off my panel. If you don't know this, I kicked her off. This is a lady who claims those security videos is Summer Wells and Candace and Don. This is a lady who told me and Noelle that Candace gave her Summer Wells and she had it on video. Now, here's the thing. Do you know that lady is a bondsman in the state of Tennessee?
Yep. And she had to quit her job. That's when I said she had to quit her job. She had to quit her job. No, it's his family that owns the company and she was working for him.
And now they're divorcing?
They were. They're still together because as far as I know,
here's my concern. When you DM me, we don't have to share what was said, but you pretty much were like, "Hey, give her," you know, what was said?
I begged you to like give her grace,
So
I didn't know all this other stuff.
Basically, lips in so many words to paraphrase it was like, "Hey, I would take it easy with her, this and that, blah blah." It was just kind of like, "Hey,
she's my friend or was my friend," you know, like this history.
So what I didn't tell people up until the last live, because someone asked me, and I'll repeat it because I already said it. Once it's on the internet, it's there forever. But I wasn't supposed to tell people this. What people don't know is that lady. Here's my concern. She's a bondsman, and most bail bondsmen carry a firearm.
Okay, she owns many firearms.
They legally can,
and she still does.
I understand she plays with the spirit sticks, and she thinks that the people are talking to her, which is great. But
mental illness mixed in with that is not good.
Now, on top of that, this lady decided one day, just, hey, I've been watching the Summer Wells thing on YouTube. I think I'll just go to Ben Hill Road, and just went up the fucking driveway and was walking around the property.
Mm-hmm.
And people came home, were like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Have you heard about the box of stuff with sticky notes and Big Dick Andy?
Here's the thing. They got into an argument with the homeowners. Okay. So a lot of things were done. So that all happened. Now, months later,
I think the argument, if you're right, is over her trying to make them take that little box that she found over at the church in the woods. And it had crayons in it. I have pictures of it. I'm sure you do too. Maybe.
But that's like somebody driving up to your house and saying, "Hey, do this and that." Bitch, get off my property.
This has something to do with your daughter. And it didn't have nothing to do with it.
And she's got a gun. People got a gun on them. right? So now here it is. This
was kept quiet for a long time.
So
they said it, but they never said who it was, and I kept that quiet.
So this same nutball is now contacting people who she knows. She's still watching the TV and the phone. She knows I'm friends with these people or close to them. So she's obviously watching my channel. So she decides to tell me and my wife, I put it all out there. I hid nothing, but she's like very abrasive. And then now, and it's all lies.
Now, remember they had a psychic lady come there about the water that was left inside. I don't know if that was her, the same person or not, but that was also said too.
It's weird. At some point, like I've like tonight, we talked about a few creators. There have been a few other people that I'm not going to say. There are people that are so obsessed with Don and Candace, and they are like, it gets a little, it gets scary. And like that lady was, listen, that shit went to Ronnie Lawson, Detective Pruitt, and the TBI. That lady has it done. You know what I'm saying?
Now compare this to the rest of the people that he's been what White Boy's been telling you guys about lately. Like, it's all the same thing. It's just some of it, keep it behind scenes. Look at how long I kept Lady Justice behind scenes. All this stuff happened up to 2.5 years ago, and I just
you're right.
I would have looked crazy talking about it.
You would have.
You know what? She tells people that Summer's new name is actually my real name, Casey Ann. And I don't know if you guys.
I've dealt with people who have called us because I can't.
It's hard to talk about.
I have people contact me and my wife on Facebook because either Don or Candace has blocked them on Facebook and gave me or Noelle this elaborate, crazy story that's in left field. And then when I'm believing it because I don't know this person from a hole in the wall, and the story that they're selling me is it would be, as a friend, I would be wrong not to contact them, and then I contact them. They're like, "Get that fucking person out of here!"
Right?
And it's one of these weird ass people. It's scary. It makes you step back, like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
And if they even start with a story, you got to question it.
These people are weird, man. There's a few people, and what's really sickening and sad is this shit comes from YouTube. Like, I don't know, what the fuck. It's weird, man, and it's just, I don't even like talking about this type of weird. I don't even like talking about. So, I say it last live, and look, I said it this live, and that's true. But I did promise a few people that I would not do that. But it should be out there, and I'll wear it. And I'll wear it. I don't like breaking trust and stuff like that. But this is what these people go through, man. And
real,
and a lot of that's stemmed from a Cher or a Smiley. And it's good. So it's gratifying for me to sit up here and expose a little bit of them, because let them deal with a little bit of that craziness. They have not a clue really what they're doing. When Don, I just had him on the phone, and I really want him to cuss that lady out, man. And I really want him to be as pissed as I am. That dude is, man, people should give him more respect, or at least some more credit, because, man, I'll tell you what, if that was me, I'd be in prison, man. I'm telling you what. Noelle knows, and I could not deal with half of what he's been dealing with. Half,
Oh, did we touch on? I don't think we did. Okay, so Ro had said that White Boy, without his wife knowing, I guess, had went and delivered sedatives to Don and Candace, and that I brought my 5-year-old, she says. She doesn't even know how old my kid is. My 5-year-old that looks exactly like Summer to Don, and to be trafficked and have things done too.
But that's disgusting. A 3-year-old girl.
Very-
Oh, you have a 5-year-old too?
No, she's only 3, but she's just trying to make it look good on her stories, saying she's 5.
That's so wrong to bring an innocent 3-year-old girl into some. That's crazy, man.
She says some nasty things about my 3-year-old. Says that she's born addicted to heroin, all kinds of nasty things.
A 3-year-old girl who's got nothing to do with anything we're talking about tonight.
Nothing at all.
That's like, I have no respect for people like that, and I really don't like giving them attention. I would
her
prefer,
new name for my daughter is developmentally delayed. That's what she's been calling her.
That's sick, man. That is sick. Yep. That's sick on so many levels, man. Look, man, if I ever just on what she said, if I ever get a screenshot of any, I don't say this a lot. I don't care where you guys go on YouTube. I can't tell you where to go. Everybody's grown. But if you're hanging around in a chat, that's
doing out
a 3-year-old child. I don't want you over here, man, and you will be blocked. And I don't say that a lot. I don't care what you guys do. I don't run a cult over here, but at some point, man, what's right is right. So just know that, man, I'm not with that. And nobody should entertain that, man. It's sick.
All right. And I shouldn't have to keep putting out receipt after receipt when it pertains to my daughter anyways. I do have a bunch on my wall. She says all these other things. She says that I'm the one copyrighting all of her music that she plays on her lives. So she started singing this new song, Where is Ryan? Where is Ryan? I'm sure you guys have heard it. And she's talking about this kid's flesh coming off and him hanging, right? Well, that's my husband's, it's my little brother, my husband's little brother who had passed away 3 years ago, right before I brought Cora home from the NICU.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, and she's singing about his flesh coming off and stuff.
So a couple people are asking, or maybe I'm behind in the chat, but we're talking about, listen, people, grandmas chase clout too. And what's comical is this lady with 0 teeth.
Yeah.
This lady who's selling her cooch over 50. Look at that girl. We've done an expose on this lady. She beats up. She's got about 945 animal cruelty charges.
Yes. If you've seen her horse video, the front paw or the paws.
I've showed the horses. I've done
man.
The charges.
They weren't even attached.
I believe that Cher's mod, but I've done the expose on that.
It won't last long. I've been talking to Cher offline just because of that stuff too.
Let me just bring like reality to all this though. So we're talking about this nutball who's talking about your child and involving me and all this craziness. But here's the reality of it. This lady, and like you said, she made all these sick lives. She yells at her all day.
Yep.
At people that don't even know she's alive. She yells and she'll tell her viewers, I literally just asked Don what my wife did. She's like, ask Don if he has not a clue who that lady is.
No, not at all. And she talks to him. Yes. Like, I know you're listening, come here, Don. Like they are best friends. And she'll say things like she's got charged, that she's been charged in Hawkins County and stuff when everybody knows she doesn't. We've all seen her records. She's never been anywhere near there.
Candace literally watches Miss Daisy, my chat, my wife's chat, and she puts on music, and that's it for YouTube.
Yeah.
That's it. It's crazy. These people swear where's Candace? Where's Summer Candace? They swear
Talk
like
to them. Yep.
Candace is out in the bush. No, that's not what's going on. And either Don like let them think that, I guess. Fuck it. But it is what it is, man. But I'm gonna get off here. I just wanted to do this. I appreciate you jumping on here. I am sorry that I got anything involved with your daughter.
No, don't apologize. You didn't do anything. You weren't around. I was there.
It's gross though that I'm involved in that. It's gross. A 3-year-old girl. God bless your daughter. God bless you. And that's sick. Like my thing is like it's at some point like there's trolls and there's people, but there's these people that think you have to think the thought. So she thought about me in reality, she can't stand that you went to the house to check with them,
Right.
and you do what you do with them. She is mad that you don't hate them. So
Right.
either
Or
she's
I was allowed. You know what I mean? Like she would never be allowed.
She's senile. Maybe she got her dates mixed up when you went over there last month and she thought it was Memorial Day weekend. Maybe she drank a couple. We do know that she kicks the horse. She mistreated the horse. Maybe she booted up the horse tranquilizer. Who the fuck knows what she did? But the thing is, she thought in her head that I gave your daughter a sedative, or we all had a fucking orgy. That's a sick thought, man. And you think that before you say it. And I don't fuck with people like that, because that's pedophile, pedophile, chomo tendencies. And I don't want nothing near that. So I appreciate you clearing it up. But people like that,
you're welcome.
I don't give attention to, because they're fucking like grandmas chase clout too. But listen, I'll make a new rule. You gotta have to at least have 3 teeth in your mouth, and you gotta have at least three teeth in your mouth for me to respond, bro. So,
and your comments got to make sense for us to be able to at least get mad.
Yeah, and logically, it takes me 26 hours round trip. You know what I'm saying? You were probably high that long, or maybe you were maybe you were with your John that long.
It was live that long.
You know what I mean? She's always begging for money because you can't sell your cooch for more than 55 cents. It's not my fault. But anyway, man, I appreciate you coming up and saying something.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, man. So I want to hit these comments, guys. Probably going to jump off here. Hit the like, man. 100 likes. What's up with that? Receipts out the yin yang. Phone calls with the family. Destroying these people. Man, God damn. What I got to do? Lie and not provide receipts to get likes? Fuck. See if the chick. Yeah, and another thing, man. I'm not with all this making the videos. I'll make a parody and clown you and get some views. I'm trying to change how YouTube is. If you got this big issue with me or this big horse lie, bitch, hit the link. How are you so tough yelling at the phone? How are you so tough? Afraid of lips? Afraid of mama bear? Afraid of wifey? And afraid of me? Well, lady, you expose yourself. I'm just saying, it's getting bad. Like we're not making videos. We're hitting links. And get some teeth. Diaper wearing having ass. Oh, more wrinkles in the forehead than fucking Tyrone. Yeah, I know Heather. She's a fucking nutball. Listen, she's got it. Listen, look. Somebody already exposed her Craigslist ad. It's right here. I got it on deck. Look at this shit. $29.99 for a Quiznos number 5 extra roast beef with cheese sandwich. I don't know what that means, or I don't know what busted open means, but please get out of here with that. Anyway, what's up? What do we think about it? These trashy pimps are exposing themselves, man, and it's getting comical. Babe, sure. Okay. Charlene. A couple of them. You got to send them to Twitter. Send them to Twitter. Look at that. Get out of here. Oh, here goes Smiley. Going in the refrigerator for some cottage cheese. For some cottage cheese, if you will. If that don't look like Karen, I don't know what does. But man, could you imagine? I can't even, like, that lady. And here's the thing, people. She's working with Seth Rogers. And I do want to say something real fast while wifey sending me this. I initially said I accidentally found all this out, right? Because there is a restraining order filed. This is old news too. It's been out about a month, but a lot of channels aren't showing it. There's a restraining order filed by Katie Proudfoot on Seth Rogers. And the information in there is alarming. It has Seth being very abusive, slamming Sebastian Rogers, slapping Sebastian Rogers, walking out in the living room butt naked. Here's the thing. It's a restraining order. They had a divorce. Can we take that for face value? Can she be stretching the truth? Is it fact-based? Well, I don't know. You know what I do know? She involved the neighbors. She involved the principal of the school in this restraining order. So when you start naming witnesses that can get called into a courtroom, you got to take it for something of substance. And the thing about this is I didn't even know this existed, but I've been saying for the longest time, the way that Seth acts on social media, he's always like slinging mud directly towards Chris. And he acts like he's not over Katie Proudfoot. That was my gut feeling. And I've said that on several live streams before this. This restraining order only validated that, because now I understand it. The ex says no contact, man. And then here comes this new guy in her life, a bad boy. You're a good boy. You're a good dude. Here comes a bad boy riding the bike and all. And you can't even talk to her like that. But now, and I'm not saying he did anything to his son. I think Seth does love his son. I'm not saying the Proudfoots did either. I'm just saying, I'm talking about this restraining order. Look here. It, to me, in my opinion, it validates him the way he's been acting on social media, because with Sebastian missing, it's, with Sebastian missing and all this attention on them, it's a way to get around that restraining order. It's a way to get around it. And now she can talk to him. They can communicate. That thing's out. The sun's gone. That thing's out the window right now. So just the way he's acting, it's just crazy, man. But if you haven't seen that, and a lot of channels are not sharing it. It seems to only be the blame. I'm going to show those pictures in 1 second, babe. I didn't finish this. Everybody has to believe that Chris and Katie Proudfoot are the bad people. Man, then people are playing it smart. They got death threats. They got all this going on. They're just staying away from social media. That's what they should do. The way he's been acting, it aligns with that restraining order. And that restraining order is ugly if you haven't seen it. The dude's walking around the house butt naked. Sebastian and a little kid. He's 16 years old. That's weird. It's weird. He slammed them. There's marks on people. If you haven't seen it, it's well worth a look. And like I said, I found all this tonight on accident because apparently Miss Daisy shared it. This come from TM as well, this restraining order. And Smiley is talking shit about Miss Daisy. Miss Daisy's a Christian woman. You will never see none of this shit that I'm showing on Miss Daisy. Miss Smiley, you could never be half the woman Miss Daisy is. Got life fucked up, for one. All right, they're in Twitter. Oh, yeah. I've already showed the Twitter fast. Put them on Twitter fast. What the fuck is this? I'll show this one. Look at this. Look at this lady. What is this? This was Roe in the 1986 Olympic team. She didn't make the cut. And she played on the transgender team as a man. And the problem is from this photo was where the real downfall came, and she became a real barfly. See, from this, you see she hit the bar heavy. And the problem is, after this, is when you see the Photos like this. You can see the downfall in real place, people, in real time. So after being the transgender Olympic team, she didn't even place, and there was a severe downfall, and she started smoking crack. And then she then made a YouTube channel, and then after years of drug abuse and smoking crack, she then tried again to be the Olympic team on the transgender team, and she didn't even make the training squad. So what happened after that is basically she just started a YouTube channel threatening Don and Candace Wells, because for some odd reason in her head, it was Don and Candace's fault that she didn't make the cut. Kind of like Smiley with her husband, kind of like Cher with her father. People were dealing with nutballs. But, what can you say? And then she started selling her huge. I mean, that's not Don and Candace's fault. But these people are child advocates, and they're on the case, and they're going to find her. People, this is out of control. This is real, people. You cannot make this shit up. You can't make it up. It's sick. It's sad. We get a few laughs out of it, but people, this is real life. This is disgusting. This is real life, and this is what Don and Candace has been going through for years. OnlyFans rejected her. She went to put her birth date in, and look, I don't want to put this out there, but she put her birth date in, and when she went to the year, it was 2 years back than the furthest option. So she couldn't even do that. I mean, it's out of control. It's out of control, people. There's 0 receipts on this. Can you provide the receipt? Can you please email me the receipt so I can clarify this? Or did you hear that from Smiley, or who'd you get that from? Lab, Smiley, Rowe, Cher? Send the receipt so I can clear it up. I'll be waiting, but I won't get it. Don's never been arrested for meth. Anyway, people, on that note, I'm going to jump off here, man. It's been fun. But hey, man, this is awareness, man. Here's the not so fun part. All of them are attached to Sebastian Rogers. Now, I'm sure they're going to report on it very truthful. I'm sure none of it. Listen, I doubt they're blaming any parents for any wrongdoing. I doubt it. I doubt it. Hey, man, it's ugly. Think for yourself, man. And yeah, there's receipts on Smiley's son. Yes. Thank you, Trudy. I'm out of here, y'all. I'm jumping off. Be easy. Be good. We'll be back in a few days. Yes, they do, Heather. It's annoying. Stop yelling at your phone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Don don't even know that. She's been yelling at her phone for years. How does it make her feel to know that he doesn't even know who she is?